Miss Sally.
Hi.
When she walked in, I said, I know her face, but then I put her to work. Could
Yeah,
you hold
that's
this
okay.
van?
I'm a real garden worker, no Gifford, but I would like to say how this garden, obviously the music theme, but how you choose art and place it.
I've painted all the ones that are out here. And jazz has just like made my life so wonderful and beautiful
Yeah.
to deal with all the other
The
not so good things you have to deal with. It
the
provides
stresses
me
of this time.
with a little reprieve. Well, I really wanted to plant something to draw the eye to the length of the yard.
Right.
And because I'm a jazz aficionado, lover, all that, I chose John Coltrane as the person I wanted to focus on here. So originally I just had these two signs up, then eventually I added a bed, you know.
I think it's all about how gardens are art, gardens are music.
Yes.
And it's all here. This garden epitomizes the most of that theme, the placement of art, which you did, right?
Right.
You created the art pieces, and her father is like super famous.
Having our 28th annual Pappy Martin Legacy Jazz Festival. And my father started this festival when he went to the Million Man March, and they were given the charge to come back to their community and do something to improve it. And so we have the festival continuing even after his passing. We also have a free music school. We have a John Coltrane birthday celebration, a Betty Carter birthday celebration, a Celestial Jazz series that we hold in various churches. And it's all to provide accessible, most of our events are free, accessible music to people who may not normally get a chance to enjoy it.
And the same feeling with gardens, with Buffalo Gardens, East Side Buffalo Gardens, it's making it accessible to people. These aren't professional landscapers that you
Right.
pay $1 million for. These are real people learning about plants. Look at the honeybees in the lavender right here. We have it all. The perovskia, Russian sage. It's just a wonderful setting, and it's for all the people.
Well, thank you, Sally, for saying this. That's exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
Just organically, little by little. I'm not a gardener. I just put something somewhere, hopefully, water it and feed it, and
The
hopefully it grows.
plants tell you what they want, and
Yeah.
if they're not happy, they tell you.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
About.
It's that one, straight ahead. Way against the fence over there.
Oh, the one with the spikes?
Yes.
That's bear's breeches, Acanthus mollis. And you have a wonderful trumpet vine going there. Did you get hummingbirds?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, hummingbirds come for the
hummingbirds every so
trumpet
often,
vines.
yes.
Yeah. And the willow is a beautiful dappled effect. That's really nice.
My mother and I are 20 years apart. So my mother was turning 80 that year, but on my 60th birthday, my mother gave me $200, which was a lot.
Yeah.
And so I said, I don't want to buy a dress or anything. So I bought the tree, which they told me would only grow like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, they always say that. It's never true.
So I bought the tree. And then my mother turned 80 in August, and she got a diagnosis the day after, and she died of cancer 3 months later. Didn't happen. But this is in memory of my mother. Yes, still holding us up. Yes.
Now, do you try to take it in for the garage
No,
for the winter?
in the
or
winter we just cover it with
cover it?
a bag, like plastic garbage bags, and wrap it up in plastic.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
So the
beautiful.
ivy I planted because the birds pluck all of the moss out and build their nests.
Oh,
There's
sure,
one up here
right.
every
I see
year.
a nest. I know.
Every year. So then I planted the ivy maybe 2 years ago to try to start filling it in with ivy. And so it is doing that. So eventually, hopefully, it'll, mostly be ivy.
And for people who can't hear it, the sound of the water is also deeply peaceful.
Yes.
That's what outsiders don't know when they come to Buffalo City with all this urban image and the busyness but this is peace, and it's in many backyards like this, even front yards. But that's one of the things we can be proud of, and why we're glad people are coming in from the rural areas and the suburbs to see.
And we hear that. They come in and say, "Is this in the city?" Yes, people in the city have gardens, love the beauty. Yeah.
And we all have the emotional or spiritual need for that
Yes,
in the lives
absolutely.
we lead.
Yes.
We're overprogrammed, overscheduled, too much media, too much social media.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing a whole series now, as a matter of fact, on using jazz as a non-traditional approach to mental health wellness.
That makes sense.
And art as well, gardening as well. There are different ways to address your mental health.
But just in the garden, you're not thinking, you're just doing what comes
And being.
next. You're letting the plants tell you what they need. And I think that jazz is like that in that there's not as much structure.
Right.
There's
You got it.
room for, and
You
it's the
got
same
it.
part of the brain.
Yes, absolutely.
I think
You
it's the
got
same
it.
part of the brain.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
In our music school, we teach improvisation, of course, the
Yeah.
foundation of jazz. And we encourage the students to use that same skill of improvising in social and academic challenges. Like
Yes.
how in a moment do you take something that's maybe stressful and turn it into something beautiful.
And
so when I first got it, I just added, I painted it a little bit. Then I decided to add some flowers. Then I put the skirt on it maybe the next year.
I love the skirt on it.
Then I decided to make this halo maybe about 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
ago with the African fabrics. So now this is what it's evolved to.
You're an
And
artist.
It's beautiful. I love it.
I
So
love
he's
the
just laying
garden
there.
bed. Here's
Yeah.
a garden bed we can look at. Not everybody will get it, but this is a garden bed.
And it's kind of, doesn't do so well in the shade.
And I have a couple of other suggestions for shade plants you could
Oh,
get in
good.
there. I really,
Okay.
I'll write them down for you, but there's
Great.
a grass called Hakona grass. It just ripples like this.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
It would look real well in there and it handles shade.
I'm going to take advantage of your expertise while you're
Ask
here.
away, but I love what you're doing.
Thank you. You got this because I do believe this. The earth has music for those who just listen. My husband and a large group of friends of mine who are part of our jazz society, we travel to the jazz cruise every year. And so one of our stops is Haiti oftentimes, and this painting was purchased in Haiti. I don't believe jazz is just entertainment, that it is truly spiritual. So this is the initial welcome to the yard, is to acknowledge that fact.
Yeah. Thank you, Dawn, for sharing your garden with
Okay,
us.
because you got it out of me, Jay. I wasn't planning on it. But
Yeah.
it's a pleasure. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure to have
Thank
you
you.
here
Yeah.
and to have all of these wonderful
It's
visitors.
really is my pleasure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.